Hello world, it's Gogio4 with you once again. Actually, welcome to 2016. Happy holidays to everyone. Oh, another big occasion going on now, where this channel has just hit 1,000 subscribers. Let me tell you, let's clap that up. 1,000 subs. You know, for someone who doesn't really do it that seriously, I mean, 1,000 subs, I guess, is pretty cool. I appreciate that. If you like this stuff, keep watching. Anyway, so I thought it'd be cool for the 1,000 subscriber special to talk about the new Star Wars movie. Star Wars Force Awakens. I've been talking about this movie all year, practically. So hopefully this is the last time you'll have to hear me talk about it. Star Wars The Force Awakens. This is the first sequel to a Star Wars movie since Return of the Jedi. In the prequels were set before the original trilogy. This is the first one. It's set 30 years after Return of the Jedi, so the same amount of time that's actually passed since that movie came out. So if you know anything about Star Wars, this movie is about it's about this evil group called the First Order that wants to, take over the galaxy, and a bunch of young people and an old fart and a walking carpet help them to fight them. Very, very simple oversimplification of Star Wars The Force Awakens. And of course, I'm not going to talk too much about spoilers, but I mean, at this point, you've probably heard all the juicy stuff anyway. But if not, go check it out for yourself. Just try and avoid Instagram and social media. So, Star Wars Force Awakens. This definitely does feel like a Star Wars film, if you've seen the other ones. I'll tell you what I didn't like about it. One big thing that everyone has been talking about is how similar this film is to A New Hope. And to be perfectly honest, there's some moments that are very much lifted from A New Hope. Similar plot lines, similar events happen. So I do feel like there were some moments where I did kind of go, okay, we're just remaking A New Hope right now? Like, is that what this is? I kind of wanted a new Star Wars movie, not a remake of A New Hope. But personally, I felt like it was fresh enough that it didn't feel like it was too much of a problem. And to be honest, I think it was nice to kind of start off a new trilogy by kind of going back to what started everything in the first place, right? So it kind of comes full circle. So New Hope is kind of a movie I've loved since I was a kid. It's probably the Star Wars movie I've seen the most. So I could tell you that for me, I didn't mind it, how much it was a lot like New Hope. I know that it's a Star Wars movie and it's an action movie and it's not really supposed to have the greatest acting and performance and the writing. I mean, we're trying to get to the action moments. I get it. But it did feel like a little times like we just kind of skipped through a lot of the character development and we just kind of skimmed over stuff and just to get to the action. Like the Finn character, he's the stormtrooper who ends up leaving. I felt like some of his stuff could have been developed a little more. I wanted to know a little bit more about it, and I feel like they just kind of like, nah, just get to him helping out the main protagonist. I thought Rey, the main protagonist, was done well. And of course, my good friend here, Kylo Ren, the main, you could say, antagonist, they were done well. And then there were some moments in the film that just I felt were... It's funny how I say some parts of the film were rushed. Other parts just felt a little bit like filler. Like there's a sequence, again I don't want to spoil too much, but there's like two gangs that show up after Han Solo. There were some silly moments, I thought. The Millennium Falcon can now jump into light speed in and out of like off planets and in and out of ships. It can jump to light speed out of a ship. Or it can go into a planet, like into a planet's atmosphere at light speed and pop out of light speed. I know it's Star Wars, but I thought that was a little too silly. Now, what did I like about this movie? Well, I liked quite a bit about it. Now I can talk about Kylo Ren because, he really helped to carry the film. Some people claimed he was a Darth Vader Anakin wannabe. I felt like he wasn't because he was different. Different how? Well, he showed a lot more anger than Vader ever did, or even Anakin, to be honest. And I feel like with Anakin trying to, or Darth Vader trying to serve the Emperor, save Padme, Kylo Ren is the opposite. He's trying to not serve someone or save someone else, but he's trying to become someone else. he wants to be better or he wants to be Darth Vader. What else I liked about this movie? I mean, the characters were still really enjoyable. I liked Rey. You know, I didn't think I would, but I ended up liking her more than I did. And at first, I was taken aback by Finn. You know, I really liked John Boyega, but Finn at first seemed a little silly, too cartoony for me. But I think it worked because when you have Rey, the protagonist, and then you've got Poe Dameron, who flies an X-wing, and then you can't have a third badass character, right? You have to have someone who's a little sillier, a little more fun, to balance it out. And I think Finn was pretty good for that. And I like the story of how he was a stormtrooper who then decided to leave the First Order. So I enjoyed the First Order, as I kind of have them here. And even though they're very similar to the Empire, they have their own unique twists. Some would say they're even more like Nazis now. And I really enjoyed their super weapon. It's kind of similar to a Death Star, I'll tell you that. Which is why some people say this movie's a lot like A New Hope. But it's also pretty interesting what it does. And what I liked about this movie was this kind of a mysticism going on. You know, where is Luke? What happened to the Jedi? What does the Force mean? And of course, there's plenty of good action in it. There's quite a few lightsaber battles. There's tons of space battles. Well, not space battles, but dogfighting. It has all the classic Star Wars stuff you want. I did feel like the second half of the movie really kicks up. Like the first half is a bit more, as you'd expect, kind of set up and building up. The second half of the movie, it really kicks it into gear, and it's quite fantastic. Yeah, Star Wars Force Awakens. Well, my final verdicts. I really enjoyed it. To be honest, I don't know if I loved it. I don't think it's my favorite Star Wars movie of all time, but I really enjoyed it. It's up there. And I think I will tell you, I started to definitely feel Star Wars fatigue before this movie came out, because the whole world wouldn't shut up about it. And then especially once it came out, the reviews were coming in and everyone was like, oh, this is the best Star Wars movie ever. This is the best movie ever. It's hysteria, I'll tell you that. And I was like, okay. As soon as people start overhyping a movie for me, it's like, if I don't absolutely enjoy it, then I'm going to be quite upset, you know. That's why I like to be very careful when a movie becomes very overhyped. Thankfully, it wasn't a disappointment at all. I never felt disappointed. In fact, there are some things about it I think it was a bit better than I expected. And I know it's exciting to have Star Wars back. So like it or not, we have Rogue One coming out this year, which I'm not even sure how excited I am about that compared to, obviously, a movie like Force Awakens. I was much more pumped. With Rogue One, it's a spin-off. It's set before the original trilogy. And I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to bother seeing that opening day or maybe just the week after. I'm much more excited, obviously, for Episode 8, which comes out in 2017. Like, wow, already. On to the next one. So, that's true, too. It's like, are we going to face Star Wars fatigue in the future? You know? Give it 5 years. Are we all going to be sick and tired of seeing a new Star Wars movie every year? We'll have to see. That'll be interesting. But anyway. So yeah, that's it for my review of Star Wars Force Awakens. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Are you tired of hearing about Star Wars? Do you think Disney should, you know, not try and spit one out every year? Or do you want a Star Wars movie every year? Or do you think you're okay with that? And yeah, so thank you guys once again for 1,000 subs. Woo! That's pretty cool, I guess. I hope they're all real, not just bots. And yeah. Y'all have welcome to 2016. We made it. Alright guys, see you around.